Well, hello there. Welcome to a new survival series. This is Vintage Story, and I'm the only person on the planet. We're doing the Homo Sapiens style playthrough, which is survival focused. If you're familiar with Vintage Story, you know what all that means. If you're not, that's okay. Don't worry about it. It's just a survival game. Now, I slept on this for quite a while because, you look at it and think, oh, it's just another Minecraft clone. Well, I was wrong. I was very wrong. It does look a lot like Minecraft, but it is so very, very deep, and there's so much to do, and it's so detailed. It's pretty crazy. So we're going to dive in. I've been watching some videos, and I've played about 6 or 7 hours on just a regular save to kind of get an idea of the basics, but I still have a ton to learn. But we're going to try to survive, and we got a pretty good spawn. You can see I'm sitting next to some turnips here. But before we dive in, let's take a quick look at the setup, just for those unfamiliar, and then we'll get right back to it. So when you go to create a new single-player world, you've got a lot of different options here. So the standard is just the default survival experience, balanced exploration, building, and survival. And there's a lot of like monsters, and there's past civilization, ruins, and kind of some sci-fi elements to it. Temporal rifts where the space and time get kind of goofy, all that kind of stuff, which is cool, and I've been enjoying watching some playthroughs of that. But what I wanted to focus on was just survival. So we're going to do the Homo Sapiens, which removes all the lore content and evidence of current or past civilizations. You're the first and only human on the planet. Stronger focus on realistic survival. So if we look up here, it gives you a quick overview of everything going on there. And you can pause the video if you want to take a look at that. I'll move it off to the side so the pause button isn't in the way, hopefully. And then the Homo Sapiens playthrough, it adds and subtracts some stuff. Basically, it's a little harder to survive. The creatures are a little stronger. Food spoils a little bit quicker. Trees grow a little slower. Just kind of stuff like that. But it's the normal like 9 days per month time cycle. And yeah, it's just more focused on survival and none of the creepy crawly sci-fi type stuff going on. So let's jump in and we'll explore the starting area a bit and we'll get started. There's a little bunny rabbit over there. Bunnies will get scared of you pretty easily. Yeah, there he goes. So we got a decent little spawn area. We're kind of close to a forest, but we're not going to venture into there just yet because there's wolves and bears. And all we have on us is some tattered clothes. So we have a shirt, and these are all terrible condition. Oh no, actually my trousers are just heavily worn. Look at that. So this doesn't give us any kind of like armor protection or anything. Barely any cold protection. A little bit from our terrible coat, and a fair bit here from the heavily worn trousers. Just a tiny little bit from the boots. And a little tiny bit from the gloves. But we don't have to worry about that because it is spring. 1st of May. But we have a lot to do so we can survive the winter. And a part of that will be gathering up some food to eat. And you saw we got some seeds there. You have a chance of getting seeds, I think. Cool. So we got 3 seeds and 5 turnips from that. And I see we have some cranberries over here. We're going to grab those to eat as we go. Actually, just go ahead and eat some of those. You can see a little green bar down there. It's kind of your overall food rate. But you do need to kind of balance out your nutrition to get the max health points. See, we just start here with 10. We got kind of 0.2. We ate a little bit of fruit. We've got fruit, vegetable, grain, protein, and dairy. Dairy is probably going to be hard to come by. But we need to run around and explore a bit. And you can see we got some loose flint here. That's going to be key for making tools. Because we started in the Stone Age. One nice thing about the starting area is we do have some peat here. And you can use that to burn. And I believe... Now normally you have a map and you can mark stuff. But you do not have that option, unfortunately. There's a little raccoon up there. And some more cranberries. Let's go grab the cranberries. I've turned the music down to like 2%. Hopefully it's not too loud. I'll see in the edit. The music is very, very loud in this game. Let's pick up that flint. There's the forest over there. We don't want to get too far into there because there may be... Can't tell if that's a... Might be a bear over there. I can't tell for sure. We're going to stay away from him. I don't really want to die just yet. We got some growing carrots here. Let's go ahead and grab those. And then I'm going to want to find a spot to kind of set up a temporary camp. We're nowhere near ready to like build a house or anything yet. Grab these up. And I don't even have any inventory space other than my hotbar right now. So one key thing we need is some sticks. So if we look at, we have branchy leaves. We have maple leaves, branchy leaves. Branchy leaves should give us a stick. Yeah. Some more branchy leaves. So we need a stick for the basic tools. There we go. And we're already getting full. Oh, good. We have a bunch of cattails around here. This might not be a bad spot to just set up a camp. We have a lot of resources around us. We're kind of next to some woods and some mountains. Got a lot of cattails around here for making reed baskets and whatnot. This is all low for fertility soil. We're gonna have water to get some basic farming going. Yeah, we might just kind of set up a camp here. So let's go ahead and make some basic tools. One of the cool things is you can actually do napping. So if I crouch, I get the option here. We can make arrowheads, axe, hoe, knife, shovel, or spear. I'm going to make a knife, first of all. And then you can see you have to have another rock. In this case, we're going to use our flint. And we're going to nap out. I hold down left alt, and I can just freely move my mouse. So we just need to do the outline here, basically. You can also click and hold. There we go. Now I don't have enough room to pick that up. So let me eat these cranberries. It will free up a slot. There we go. And then we'll just craft a little knife. Now if we had a bone to make a handle, that would be better. Be a little more durability, but that gets us our basic flint knife. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I messed something up. I want you over there, and then you down there. There we go. Did it right that time. Now, if we could cut this grass, we get like a bundle of dried grass. Which we can't even pick up right now. We probably want some kind of shelter. I'm going to want to get some reeds to make some baskets. So I'm going to actually dump some stuff here. And hopefully it will stick around. No pun intended. We need the grass to make a fire. So that'll be like our start of a fire. Let's throw that over there. And I'm going to get some reeds real quick. Fox over there. Foxes are passive, but they will attack you if you attack them. So if we use, you can just use hands on this. You can see it says harvest with a knife. That will bust it, but if we use a knife, it just cuts the tops off. And then they'll regrow. So we want to use the knife. Because we will need a lot of cattails. It's going to be kind of our basic crafting material to get things started. So I'm going to go ahead and gather up a bunch of these, and I'll bring you back in. Alright, I've worn out about half my knife. But we got 49 of the cattails. So that's enough to at least get our inventory expanded. So before I lose my spot, let's go back over here. So what we can do with these reeds, we can make some baskets, and basically those expand our core inventory. So let's get the reeds, and then we can just left click and hold and kind of draw out a shape. And it'll evenly spread those out. So we can make some hand baskets. I believe it takes, I think it's 2. 2 each. So that should go down to 7. Yeah. So 10 reeds makes a basket. And you can see that gives us 3 extra slots. So 40 of those reeds get us that far. And we have 9 left over. Now I want to make a basket here at our base, but we kind of want to make like maybe a little dugout. So to do that, I want to make a shovel. I went in and grabbed a few more branches while we're over there. So let's make a shovel head. You can just move around and nap like this. Or like I said, you can hold left alt and then it just moves your mouse cursor. You only need to do the outline. I want to save some clicks. Now we have our shovel head. We'll go ahead and drop a branch on there. And that will get us shovel. Apparently I picked up some claystone stone at some point. Not sure why. The other thing we should make real quick is a spear. So we have some kind of defense. That is this guy. Then there's also clay forming. So we'll be making stuff out of pottery eventually. There's a lot going on in this game. It's really very, very detailed. It's a ton to do. There we go. So now we have a shovel. And a shovel, you can break these blocks by hand. A shovel just makes it faster. And it is almost sundown, so let's get going on some kind of a little dugout. We'll just get some dirt blocks. Probably go with some kind of like dirt shelter with a thatch roof maybe. We'll see how deep does the dirt go. Oh, this is pretty deep dirt. That's a good thing. That means we can make a cellar. Okay, it goes down to claystone rock here. Ooh. I didn't realize that was a thing. So it can collapse on you. Okay, good to know. The little sound was my character. Each character you can pick like a musical instrument voice. They have a little tone. That's their voice. Okay, well that's good to know. I didn't know that was a thing. So we have our little fire here. We need to... Where did I have that peat? We need some peat. Let me move some of this stuff up to the top row here. And over here where we started, there was some peat. Let me make sure I can find my way back over here. Well, that's interesting. You can't stack blocks in survival mode. Okay, well that adds to the mystery. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Okay, I guess we can't stack blocks. That one, okay, you can't stack right on top of each other? Or you just can't stack on grass? I don't know what's going on there. I'll have to figure that out. We got a ton more cattails here, which is awesome. I don't remember exactly where I started out. There's no map or compass, unfortunately, in this mode. So that's why I didn't want to get lost right away. Near where we started, there was some peat. Don't remember exactly. It seems like it was over here, maybe? By this hill? No, we picked some turnips. It's gonna be super easy to get lost. Homo's over that way. Yeah, I honestly don't remember where I started. And unfortunately I didn't mark that. So we'll have to investigate that in daylight. Catmint, okay. Let's get back over to our camp before it gets too dark. And I get completely lost. I believe it is over here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know about the like block collapse mechanic. I don't know what was going on with the sliding. That was kind of interesting. So let's work on making a fire. And if I remember right, there is a fire starter that's something like that. Yeah, there we go. That's our fire starter. And then we need wood to make our fire. So we need a flint axe head. Nap one of those out real quick. And we can make a flint axe. We used to having things on certain number buttons, so we're going to go with that. And we are very nearly out of daylight. Can I make a torch? I think it's... yeah, 2 grass. I kind of need a campfire to get that lit. Those little fireflies. Okay, we can sort of see that. Let me see if I can get a tree chopped real quick. So if you chop the bottom block, the whole tree will come down. No. Normally I'd want to gather the branches first. Get a better chance of getting seeds that way. But we're kind of desperate for time here. Come on, tree. Of course, the better tools you get, you know, the faster this will go. We'll eventually get into the Copper Age, and then we can go Bronze, and then Iron, and on up. But it takes a lot of work. It's pretty realistic. Goodness gracious. Come on, tree. I wonder if the taller the tree, the harder it chops, because this is taking forever. Getting dark. Wow, I just blew through a whole axe. Oh, that's a huge tree. That's why. What you doing there? Block. Okay. Fun. Let's not lose track of our fire. So there's our marker. Our fire should be... oh boy. It's getting dark. There it is. Right there is the start of our fire. So what we need to do is chop some firewood. So we need to put, we need to make an axe, first of all. Clear spot, and then axe head. I didn't expect one tree to blow through the axe like that. I should mention, I'm not running any mods except for, there's like a HUD clock mod. And all that does is move some of the info that's on your character screen to your main screen. So you just don't have to toggle all the time to see what time it is, that kind of thing. All right, we need an axe to split some firewood. So chop 2 of these into firewood. We can build our fire. Then we can start our fire. This does consume like hunger. Saturation, they call it. Come on. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's get our torch lit. Then I can actually move that to my offhand. We have fire. Humble beginnings, for sure. We have our fire. Oops. All right, well, that's our first day. We got a little bit of a start. Much, much, much more to do. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. You know, if you've been around the channel a while, you know I'm a sucker for survival games. And this looks to be a very good one. So this will be likely a very long series. And we'll just see how it goes. Once we get further along, there'll probably be a lot of, you know, heavily edited stuff. I don't want to do the same thing over and over. Let me know in the comments. Have you heard of Vintage Story? Have you played it? I'm open to tips and tricks. But I don't want to cheese things too hard. I know there's usually ways to cheese games, but anywho, thanks as always for watching, folks. And I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care.